Hello, welcome to Chicken Happy Hour at Cedar Woods Farm. Carl and I hope that you are well on this, what is today? 11th day of August? 12th? I really don't know what day it is. It's Tuesday, I think. But anyway, we hope that you're doing great. And we are very excited to talk with you today about Spanish conquistadors, the cocktail that we are making, which is a Pisco Sour, and also deworming your chickens. Now, tell me, where can you get all that in one show? We are going to do it, Carl and I. So we are glad that you're joining us, and and also there's a little miraculous development happening in the barn, and so I want to show you that too, because boy, it's something, and in a week it's really going to be something. I'll come back to that. All right, so oh my gosh. Apparently Carl has been dusting. Hold on. All right, sorry. We had a huge storm yesterday and last night. So everybody's a bit of a mess and a little loud today. Go on. So let me talk a little bit about this drink. The Pisco Sour is what we are making. And basically, back in the 16th century, when the Spanish conquistadors came over to Peru, they brought their grapes all the way from the Canary Islands. And what was discovered after they, I guess, arrived and conquered everybody was that the leftover wine could be distilled, and it made this wonderful stuff, liquor. It's not a liqueur. I don't know, it's just Pisco. Which later became known as like Peru's special gift. I can't remember exactly, but anyway, the actual drink that we're going to make, the Pisco Sour, was made in the 1920s in Lima, in a bar in Lima, which is the capital of Peru. So there's just a little bit about it. That's pretty much all I learned from my research of it. There's a bit of a thing between Peru and Chile as to where it actually originated, like they both want to claim it. But I think that finally was settled, and it was decided that it was Peru. The stuff the Pisco that we're having is Capel, and actually I just looked, and it is from Chile, so I didn't even get Pisco from Peru, but anywho. This drink is apparently, because I haven't had one yet, but apparently it is a nice mix of a very tangy, sweet. I don't know what is going on with the rooster. There's like a tangy sharpness to it, and there's also a sweet part to it, which is often the case in a sour drink. I guess that's kind of what it is. So, all right, let's get on with it. What you need is your bottle of Pisco. You need lemon or lime juice. I saw both, so either one would work, whatever you have. You need an egg, Sadly, this is a grocery store egg. The first time I've had to buy grocery store eggs in like 2 years or maybe a year and a half. Stop. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. And then you need your Angostura bitters. Oh, and you need sugar water. Okay. And you need ice. You need your coupe glass, and you need your dewormer. Shh, Patricia. No, the reason I thought about this was because I'm having to do the grocery store egg, and the reason for that is because once a year we've decided that probably it would be a good idea to deworm the chickens. I have over 20 chickens, and you know, you've seen the barn and this space. It's pretty large. I mean, I'd say it's bigger than most chickens have, but it's mostly straw and dirt and sand and rock. There's not a whole lot of, well, there's not any grass in this part. We let them out to graze occasionally, but so they're basically walking around scratching, and it's easy for chickens to get worms that way. In fact, it's just easy for chickens to get worms. Even if you've got 2 or 3 chickens in a field, chickens can eat a slug or an earthworm or whatever, and if it's got worms or eggs, your chicken is going to get that. So it's a pretty normal, I mean, a pretty common thing. And some people, apparently my little bantam hen is trying to lay an egg, and her rooster is going nuts. Some people swear by diatomaceous earth. It's this kind of powdery sand-like stuff that you can buy, and they mix that with the chicken's food and they sprinkle it on the ground. We do that too, and you know, I'm sure that's fine and it works to an extent, although I've actually read research that it does no good whatsoever, but there are enough people out there saying that it does, that we do that. And then, you know, there are people that say apple cider vinegar, put that in their water, and that's a great, like, it acts almost like an antibiotic, and it helps with worms. And so when I can remember to do that, I do that as well. So I'm all about the, you know, home, the natural, organic way of doing things. But I don't know. I also think when you've got this many chickens, it's good maybe once or twice a year to use an actual dewormer on your chickens, with your chickens. This is ivermectin. It's one of the ones, when I Googled this, it was the one that kept coming up. There's 3 or 4 that sound really good. And it's actually a good idea to switch them out, like to use one time and use a different product the next time, because your chickens can build an immunity to this. Well, actually, not to be gross, but the worms can build up an immunity to all these different medicines. So you don't want to use the same thing every time. This is actually, you see the picture of the horse. I don't think there is anything on the market that's a chicken dewormer. Maybe there is, and I just haven't found it. But everything is pretty much for goats or cattle or horses, and then you just have to research and be smart then about how much to give your chickens. With this, and I didn't bring, the actual stuff is not in here, but it's like a tube, and you want to dole out about a pea-sized drop, and you will put that, I don't have a chicken here to grab, but you just want to force their beak open and just put it underneath their upper beak. And, you know, it's like, I think this is apple flavored. They don't mind it. If your chickens are fairly tame, it's really not a big deal. You need 2 people, or I would recommend, unless you've got lots of arms, if you have more than 2 hands. Otherwise, you need somebody holding the chicken and somebody administering the stuff. So there's that. Just a good idea, especially if you have a bunch of chickens like this and they're, you know, scratching and living in a small-ish space. I think it's just a good idea to do this once or twice a year. Haven't really had signs of it. One definite sign is if you're getting poopy eggs, which that has never been a problem here. The eggs are always, you know, impeccably clean, strangely. But I've heard that that's a definite sign. You don't want, and always throw your poopy eggs away. Or if you've got, like, if everybody's got poopy butts, that can be a sign as well. So the only drawback to this is that you need to wait 21 days. Oh my gosh, sounds like a war. 21 days before you eat their eggs then. So we are in week 2, I think, and it is killing me because you know, if you're used to eating farm fresh eggs every day, you really get used to that. You get very spoiled to it. So I've had to make do with grocery store eggs. So I can't wait for 21 days. In fact, I think that I may start eating the eggs again before that. Like, I may go with day 14 or 16. I won't give any eggs away, certainly, to anybody until after that period, well after that period, that 21 days, just because I want to be safe. But you know, with just one little dose, I don't know, I think we're good. So there is that. All right, so we've talked about the Spanish conquistadors. We've talked about deworming our chickens. Such random fun things. Okay, so here is what we want to do. This is Peru's signature drink. I don't know if I said that. And you're going to put in your shaker 4 ounces of the Pisco. It smells very tequila-y. That's interesting. So Pisco is it's a kind of brandy. I don't know, that may be obvious. I talked about that it's made from the distilled wine. Okay, you want 2 ounces of lemon or lime. I've got half, I hate when a seed goes in. I've got half a pretty big lemon. Should have measured this out before. Okay, close enough. And then you want an ounce of simple syrup. And then you want 1 egg white. And I am getting so much better at this. Oh, shoot. she says. Wow. Are you seeing this? Okay. I do not want a egg yolk in my drink. What else? Is that it? I think that's it. All right, so now you're going to shake this vigorously to get that egg white. You want to make sure it is mixed thoroughly. Everybody's being very noisy today. I think there's a bit of unrest up at the barn. Okay. I know that wasn't a minute, but now because my egg is not a farm fresh egg, we'll see how stable. Oh, it looks pretty good. Remember the first time I did an egg like this, I got all upset because I didn't know what it means for the fresher the egg, the more stable the foam. But look, that's not bad at all. And it's a grocery store egg, which on average are 40 plus days old. The moment of truth. Well, I don't really care for it. Oh, I didn't put the bitters in. I don't think that's gonna make a difference. Well, that's pretty, sorta. Can you see it? And I didn't bring anything to stir it with. Ugh. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I don't think I like, I don't like Pisco apparently, which is a shame because I bought that just for this drink. I wonder if it needs, what does it need? Maybe more sugar water? Yeah. So I would recommend a margarita over this. In fact, the honey margarita that we did a few weeks ago, I mean, bar none. It's so good. Yeah, I don't like that at all, y'all. Okay, but you don't know until you try it, right? So, the Pisco Sour. Wouldn't do it. Don't buy it. All right, what else is there? Did you know there are 20 times more chickens than people on the planet? Just read that somewhere and thought it was interesting. Okay, let's go and see the little happy thing, and I am scared to even touch this because the last couple times I've done this, I messed it up. All right, I think it's still going. Ken, don't eat that. Nope. I don't want them to eat fresh eggs. That is not good. What is your problem? Oh, that's why he's all upset. His girl is in there. I don't know what's your problem. It seems like you're fussing in every video I do. Is it because she has your place? Huh? Is that the problem? All right. Okay, everybody get back. Stand aside. Let me in here. Ugh. Okay. Wheezy. Ugh. Oh my God, this door. Okay, you go out. All right, so there is I think that is the, gosh, that's the male. But check it. So here's what happened. About a week ago, I guess, the male started building this nest. I mean, and it's literally, well, you know, you've seen birds build nests. It was one piece of straw at a time. It was exhausting just to watch him. But he built this nest, and I don't really want to bother her, but hey, can I just see? Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, I don't want to bother her. There are 3 eggs. She has laid 3 eggs, and we're gonna have baby pigeons. They take 14 days to what's the word? I want to say germinate, before they hatch, 14 days. So I'm thinking like next week, next Wednesday, we are going to have babies. And I love the fact that they're just right here. I'm sure she hates the fact that they're right here, but we'll be able to see them and watch them as they grow up. And apparently, from what I've read, so baby pigeons are born completely helpless. They're just bald and ugly and blind, and it can take up to 2 months before they fledge, leave the nest. And during that time, the male and the female produce, and now this is wild, so brace yourself. Pigeons are one of only 2 birds that both the male and the female produce milk for their young. And it's actually what their bodies make chemically is very similar to mammal milk, but in birds, and it's pigeons and flamingos are the 2 birds where this happens. Both the male and the female produce this milk to feed their young. In birds, it's of course it's not breast milk. It's made in their crop. Their necks are directly what's the word? Connected. I don't know. I can't think of the word, to their stomach, and so they make this. What are you doing? You can't get in here. So they produce this milk, and that's how they feed their young. So anyway, there's that. Flamingos and pigeons. Oh my gosh. I swear they've been so calm all day, and I come up here to do a video and everybody goes nuts. So what it is, Wheezy likes to come in here to lay an egg for some reason. She's precious like that. So what was I saying? And I've seen, with this pigeon couple, I've seen the female eat from the male's crop, which sounds really weird, but and it's this milk, this secretion that they both create. So a little bizarre, but that's how, just so you know, here in about a week when we have baby pigeons, that's how they eat. So there is that. I tell you, it's a madhouse around here today. She's upset. Her man's upset. These guys aren't upset. They're just eating. All right. Well, okay then. Oh, this is apropos. Look what someone has placed in my drink. That's great, ladies. That's very pretty. That's really pretty. I appreciate it. Oh, here are the baby pea chicks. Haven't seen those in a couple days. Look up. Look up, you all. Huh? They're getting their little top knot things. Hey. Okay, and I guess in other news, we lost Todd. If you remember the little baby pheasant that was kind of near and dear, just because I had put an egg, a pheasant egg, under a hen that had gone broody, and she was just the best little mom, Juju. She was the surrogate mom for Todd, and I don't know what happened. We just found him, I guess 2 days ago. So no sign of violence or anything like that. So I don't know. Sometimes that just happens. But anyway, well, I wouldn't recommend the Pisco Sour. I don't know what I could have done differently. I don't think I would like it. So I don't recommend it. We'll do something else here in a couple days, and maybe it will be better. But in the meantime, thank you for joining. Stay well, and I think that's all. Thanks. I'll show you this pretty guy. All right. So we're not going to do the Pisco Sour.